Hey everyone, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rachel Garceau with this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. Let's talk about what's on the way. So of course, we wrapped up the weekend with some wet weather on Sunday. Those showers will linger into the start of the work week, really just Monday morning. By late Monday into Tuesday, things start to dry out briefly. Temperatures will slowly cool as the week progresses, but still we stay in warmer than normal territory all week long. We've had a very mild November thus far. We'll talk about that in more detail in just a moment. And as far as what happens later in the week, by the end of the work week into the weekend, we still have pretty high model uncertainty or agreement at this point, which is unusual, just maybe 4 to 5 days out. So we're still keeping a very close eye on that pattern. I'll tell you what some of our models are suggesting will happen, and then of course just stay with us here at KTVB as we fine-tune the forecast as the week progresses. So as far as precipitation chances for the Treasure Valley, Monday's 50% coverage will mostly be in the morning. We dry out Tuesday into Wednesday. There is a slight chance Thursday morning we could have a few showers pop up. Some of our very cold valley locations, which will be in the mid-30s Thursday morning, may see a little bit of a wintry mix if this precipitation comes to pass. This is where the uncertainty starts, so definitely not a given. Friday at this point looking dry, and then we see a plume of moisture setting up over the Pacific Northwest that could send just a few spot showers our way over the weekend. So that's the precip outlook. Now, as far as temperatures go, remember, we're normally around 48 degrees as we inch towards the end of October, or the end of November, I should say, in Boise. You can see for the next 7 to 9 days, we have high temperatures in the 50s. So not warm by any means and nothing record setting, but still we don't see highs drop into the 40s, at least until Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. That's when we see a colder air mass coming in. And while we will be cooler starting on Wednesday than we will be for the beginning of the work week, we still remain in above average territory. Look at the month so far. These are all the high temps we've observed in the City of Trees for the month of November. Every single afternoon has been above normal, nothing at or below average. And remember, we start off the month in the mid-50s. By the time November wraps up, we're usually seeing those highs in the low 40s. This is also the month where we typically see, on average, our first snowfall in Boise. Measurable snowfall is about 1/10 of an inch. Of course, so far, we've had nothing, just rain. The earliest we've ever had measurable snow in Boise is October 10th. That was back in 2008. Remember this last year, we didn't see snow on the ground in Boise until January 1st of 2025. We picked up 2 inches. That was our second latest snowfall ever on record. So just a little something to keep in mind if we do start talking about snow entering the forecast in the next couple of weeks. Not all that unusual. This is the time of year where normally we start seeing it stack up, especially in the mountains. Skiers, snowboarders start doing those snow dances. We've had some blasts of snow, but as temperatures have stayed mild, most of it has melted away. So we need a blast of snow and then lingering cold temperatures. I don't think we're going to get that this week, unfortunately. So here's a system that will bring us those showers on Monday. This was actually the same system and plume of moisture that soaked Southern California on Saturday, brought record rain to San Diego that coincided with that Boise State, San Diego State football matchup on Saturday. So that same system will continue to lift to the northeast on Monday, taking the precipitation with it. Another low pressure center will start diving into Southern California on Tuesday. That won't have much impact except to keep us in kind of mild southwest flow, and that will keep temperatures on the warmer side. But in the middle of the week by Wednesday, we start moderating a bit, and I'll tell you why that is here with our Futurecast. So as I put this into motion, here goes that system. So by Tuesday, we start seeing more sunshine coming in. Here's that system that will set up shop over Southern California. Looks almost identical to what happened over the weekend. This one will slide to the east and may send a little bit of moisture our way. And as another system approaches from the west, those two interacting with the moisture in the atmosphere, that's what might trigger a couple of isolated showers early Thursday. Could be some light mountain snow, could be a cold November rain across the lower elevations. We do have high pressure that is going to set up off to the west, and that's significant, and I'll show you why. So this system will move by later in the week, Thursday into Friday. Here's where the uncertainty starts, though, as high pressure sets up off the west coast and an atmospheric river starts to develop. That high pressure will direct that moisture up and around it, possibly right into the Pacific Northwest and eventually into the Gem State. This would be over the weekend. However, there is model uncertainty in the strength of the high pressure, in the setup of the atmospheric river. If it slides a little further south, it wouldn't have much impact on us, or if it goes further north, it also would keep moisture at bay for southwest Idaho for the weekend. So a lot of question marks still there, but we'll make sure it gets sorted out before the weekend gets too much closer. So let's talk about temperatures across the Gem State and the Northwest early in the week. So we'll hover in the mid-50s in the Boise area and Twin Falls. for Monday afternoon. Mountains in the mid-40s. We see lots of temperature readings in the 50s across the Pacific Northwest. So we start to cool a bit off to the west. Portland down to 52 on Tuesday. We still stay in the mid-50s in Boise on Tuesday. I think this will be a really nice day. We'll have sunshine in play. Mountains still in the upper 40s. Really pleasant there. Wednesday, as we get more zonal flow established between those two areas of low pressure that we saw in our Futurecast map. Zonal just means those winds are coming in from west to east. That'll moderate our temperatures just a bit. So we drop to around 50 or so across much of the Northwest, and that will be the case heading into the end of the work week as well. We really don't see any massive temperature swings. All right, let's talk about the mountain outlook for the next several days. As you could imagine, snow levels very high to start the work week. The south to north trajectory of that system that brought the rain in on Sunday will keep temperatures mild, and thus snow levels are above 7,000 feet. We might see some light accumulation Monday, nothing all that significant. In the mountains, we dry up Tuesday and Wednesday, highs stay in those upper 40s. On Thursday, with that chance of some precipitation, places like McCall may start off below freezing. So there's a chance we could see snow levels as low as 5,000 feet. Very light accumulations possible there. But with daytime highs rising into the 40s on Thursday afternoon, I don't know that anything that falls on valley floors will stick around, but still it is a possibility we could see a little bit stacking up Thursday before we dry out again on Friday. All right, let's get to the 7-day outlook for the Twin Falls area. Temperatures will start off in the 50s early in the work week. Remember, Twin Falls normal high temp for this time of year is 47. We'll get there by Wednesday. So very seasonal conditions coming in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Cold mornings, some sunshine in the afternoon mixed with some clouds. Over the weekend, we're back up near 50 with that chance of a shower coming in. But again, still remains to be seen the impact, timing, and strength of any precipitation that will come in for the weekend. We talked about the outlook for the Boise area with those temperatures in the mid-50s, drying up with lots of sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday. There's that zonal flow that puts us into the low 50s, again above normal, but we kind of just moderate there. We'll hang out in the low 50s in the Boise area from Wednesday all the way through the weekend. Sunshine and clouds will come and go, and mornings brisk with those mid to upper 30s on deck from Wednesday all the way through Sunday. Thanks so much for tuning into this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.